So don't forget that point values remains a major key to making your home ownership dream a reality. But let me ask you first of all, so I'll be sure I'm talking to the right set of people. How many people at on or before the expiration of 60 months, you want to have a key to yourself, your own home, that you got from the P1 business opportunity? Do I have such people here that you'd love to see that, right? To escape the scourge of tenancy without breaking a sweat. That's exactly what I'm showing us here today. So I want you to pay very attention. Now, this is how to know your point values. We are getting into the meat of today's session. Because when you know your point values, when you know how to calculate your point values, you can become more intentional. Somebody say intentional. You can become more intentional about your activities in the P1 business program. You can become more what? Intentional. You are not just saying now, you are not just setting financial goals of how much commission you need to make to settle bills. You are now setting financial goals of how much point values you need to accumulate so that you can meet up with your target minimum housing of 15 million. Alright? This will help you become more intentional and calculative. If you are doing this business without really doing some calculations, you are not doing it right. Now there is a slide in the main video slide. The first slide you see there is P1 business opportunity, right? And I always isolate that word opportunity because that is what actually makes or mar anybody in this system. An opportunity is an open check. An opportunity is what? An open check. What it means is that what you get from an opportunity is what you take from it. If you have failure in an opportunity, it's failure you took from it. If you have success in an opportunity, it's success you took from it. Some are complaining, some are rejecting opportunity. Make up your mind what you want from this. As I speak to you, there are people who have made sales of over 100 million already. This year we just started. And some people are still talking about where land is far and where land is near. Alright. Now, point is how to know your PV. Okay? Now, PV is worthless and useless if you don't know its value in Naira. Because in Nigeria we spend Naira, right? Now, the value assigned to, the Naira value assigned to PV is what? 12 Naira. So after finding the value, the point value, you can now find out what it is in what? Naira by multiplying it by 12 Naira. So multiply that with 600 by 12 Naira. $7,200. So what it simply means is that on a transaction of 900,000 in an estate that offers point values, you earned 7,200 aside from your commission. 7,200 entered home ownership account. Yes. Check what the point value on a sale of 10 million is. Do you know it's either sale or purchase? As long as you are a PBO, whether it's a sale or a purchase, you earn point values on it. How many PVs? 3,000 plus 6. How much is it in Naira? About 80,000, right? So you did a transaction of 10 million, you earned how much as commission? 10% commission of 1 million. And then there is 80K into your home ownership scheme. Is it not a good thing? That as you are doing your business, something is being kept aside for you. And mind you, if you have accumulated PVs up to 100,000 PVs, you can cash out 50%. Yes. But I'd rather you allow it to get to the point where it can get to your home first. Alright? What I'm saying is not Greek. We have so many PBOs who have already accumulated over 1 million PVs in just about a year plus of the PBO program. In a very short while, you will begin to see PBOs who are already qualified for their home. Because we are going to put together point values from all those sales that attracted point values. So this is what reality. Okay? Now we are getting to the meat, and this is almost, and I hope you are enjoying it. Now there are 4 ways to achieve your home ownership through point values. There are simply what? 4 ways. The first is what? Team building. Somebody say team building. Team building. That's the first way. Now let me talk a little bit about team building. I was here when yesterday Dr. Mike asked how many people can do 5 in a month, right? 5 classic gold in a month. And not many people could raise their hands. I saw that. But let me ask you, do you think you can find 5 people every month who no longer want to be tenants in the next 5 years? A lot of persons, right? No, tell me if it's not possible. Do you think you can find 5 people every month who no longer want to be tenants in the next 5 years? This makes your job easier. If you follow your recruitment with the goal of the PBO program, your job becomes what? Easier. Some of you might need to make up your mind to build a team to achieve your home ownership dream. The first thing you need is 5 people who no longer want to be tenants in the next 5 years. And those 5 people each need to find 5 people who no longer want to be tenants in the next 5 years. The same thing happens down the line. And before you know it, what you thought was difficult has already happened before your very eyes. So when I run the home ownership masterclass, I try to shift your perspective. Because sometimes we want to get people involved on the PBO platform, and you don't know what to say. Hey, just come. You earn commission. You see it's big. You are making it down. You know, just come. Just register first. So very few people respond to that. But when you know you have a vision, you know the plan, you know what you are working on, you can decide to build a team from scratch for the purpose of achieving home ownership. I'll show you everything. It's fantastic. It's the same thing you have been doing, It's the same thing. But I'm opening it up to you. Because everyone who is going to be on your team is to be active. Because they need to accumulate what? Point values. They make sales to accumulate point values. They do recruitment to accumulate point values. Team building. And the activities what are giving you more point values. The same thing happens down the line. That's how this is going to be achieved. So the first is team building. As the first of the 4 ways is team building. The second is monthly subscriptions. By monthly subscriptions alone, you can achieve that 15 million minimum target or even more. I spoke to some people in diaspora and I asked a very simple question. I said, would you be interested in having something back in Nigeria, a home back in Nigeria? Okay, would you be interested in that? They said, oh, why not? Why not? I said, okay, would you be interested in a plan where you can do just about $500 a month and spread over 60 months, and then you have something? He said, wow, bring it up. So this is another way to achieve it. You can find people who just want to do monthly subscriptions, and they can afford to do large chunks like that. It's a large chunk in Nigeria, not so large compared to other economies, right? So you can take advantage of the opportunities around you. The third is sales of land, which I've mentioned. That's another way to achieve your home ownership dream through accumulating point values. And then the fourth is what? Purchase of land. Every time you recruit a PBA, you earn PV. Every time a PBA you recruited subscribe for a home ownership, you still earn PV. Every time a PBA recruited by you makes his or her monthly deposit, you still earn what? PVs. Think what? Point values. Think what? Think what? The point value, the PV, is a richly rewarding system that is designed to give you additional value for specific transactions that you do with us. Okay? But most importantly is to make your home ownership dream a reality. I like this very phrase. It's another way of saying, it's another way of summarizing the whole essence of the PBO system. We give points to make sure your tomorrow is not pointless. We give points to do what? To make sure your tomorrow is not pointless. What is the point after selling all the land and all the houses in the city of Port Harcourt, in Lagos and everywhere, and you don't have one to call your own? What is the point? So we give points to make sure your tomorrow is not pointless. Back in Lagos, we see agents everywhere. We see people, the people that sold land to all the people in Lekki Peninsula and Ajah and the rest, they are still jumping bus. That's why this system is different. All right, creating a future for you. So, very quickly, let's look at interesting income estimate. All the grammar I've been talking about, this is a practical reality of it when it comes to team building. So this is a team building income estimate for point values on Classic Gold membership. Classic Gold. So assuming you are on a quest to do home ownership, build a team for the sole purpose, in quotes, of home ownership. So you are doing only 52,650 upwards. All right? You are building a team for home ownership purpose. And this is what you earn in point values from recruitment alone. Is you, one person, 52,650 gives you what? 35 point values. Alright? Multiplied by 12 naira is 420 naira. It's small, right? The next level is your 5 people. 35 point value on each of them multiplied by 5 gives you 175 point values. In naira is 2,100. Fast forward to your 9th level. The earning on the 9th level is, can you see this figure? Can you echo it? 164,062,500. That is your earning in point value on a fully blown. Now let me shock you. You said? Okay. You want to? It's all right. It's all right. So this is just that. This comes by. You have 5 people who no longer want to be tenants in the next 5 years, and they do exactly the same thing that you did. It trickles all the way down to the 9th level. This is your earning in point value. At this level, which house do you want to build that you can't build? No, tell me. 164,062,500. Now this is not your total earning. Level. The total earning is 205,078,020 naira. How? This plus 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 this plus. That's the total. These are the earnings per level. It's because I don't want to put in too much time that I'm not doing this one by one, but I've shown you 1, 2, 3. It's the same thing that happened all the way down. Now, let's say this is a perfect situation, and then you were able to achieve only 20%. I have something here for 20% active. The earning is 41,015,520 point values. This does not capture the commissions, direct and indirect commissions on the sales activities of these people. This doesn't capture the direct and indirect referral bonuses. This is just point values on recruitment. So assuming you were able to do only 20%, meaning that you failed 80%, this is the earning in point value. Now, the last training I did, I talked about moving from surviving to soaring. You are just surviving when you are just hustling for everyday deals to earn commissions. But you are soaring when you start building a team. Somebody say building a team. You are soaring when you start building what? A team. You begin to see earnings that you don't even know where they started the discussion. I started doing seminars talking about change what? Your game. This year, change your game from merely surviving to what? Soaring. If you are doing well, ask yourself, what if I had 5 other people who are doing as well as I'm doing? Don't you think that would change everything for you? Move what from surviving to what? Soaring. Now I ask the question. I'll ask it in another way. Is it possible to find one person every day who no longer wants to be a tenant in the next 5 years? Now I'm not talking about whether the person has capacity to pay or not. Is it possible to find one person every day who no longer wants to be a tenant in the next 5 years? Yes. Meaning that it's possible for you to get a 30-man list minimum at the end of the month. Right? Out of a 30-man list, is it unrealistic for you to get 5 out of those 30 to actually subscribe? Is it unrealistic? No. Come on. That's my assignment here today. make you see how easy it is. By the time you understand the vision, by the time you understand the purpose, you see that it's not a Herculean task. We are solving a problem that almost every Nigerian you meet on the road as you step out now is facing. If you walk out of the road now, how many landlords will you meet? What is the ratio of landlords to tenants you meet along the road as you walk out now? This is the business we are in. It's easy, but you don't know it's easy because you don't understand what it's really about. Can I go ahead? So see, even if you did only 1% of this activity, that is, this you did only 1%, that is lazy man level. This is the earning. It's 2,050,850 naira. PV. Start thinking team building. Key into the home ownership scheme. Make up in your mind that you are going to be one of those who will be handed keys as a result of this program. We are here to make home ownership dream a reality. Simple.